Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Great Day Houston. Our first guest today captured the hearts of every teen in America in the early 90s as Kelly Kapowski on Saved by the Bell. She went on to star as Valerie Malone on Beverly Hills 90210. Most recently, she's done White Collar on USA Network and is now on the Emmy-nominated show Alexa and Katie. And she's hosted a cooking show on the cooking channel called Dinner at Tiffani's. She has put her love of cooking into a new book called Pull Up a Chair, Recipes from My Family to Yours. Please welcome Tiffani Thiessen to Great Day Houston. Good morning.
Thank you so much. I love being here.
All right, let's just start off with the official business that you got to do, and that is say good morning to all of your relatives here in Houston.
Yes, I know. All my in-laws are here. My husband's from Houston.
Ah.
Yeah, I grew up in Sharpstown. So,
yeah. All right. Okay, so let's kind of talk about growing up.
Yeah, of course.
For you.
Which was just yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday, right? But in California, so you didn't come from parents that were in the business, but the business, of course, is all around California.
Yeah, actually, my uncle was basically sort of in the business. He actually went to school, went to college with Steven Spielberg, was in a lot of his films, you know, when he was younger, and a lot of his student films, and he went the writer route and photography route, and so he's actually the one who kind of got me into the business. I was modeling as a young girl, and then got into commercials, and then it just went in from there.
Yeah, it just kind of
went in from there. Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you got that phone call saying, "Hey, Saved by the Bell, you got the part"?
Yeah, I do. It was crazy. It was a long process too. Like, I feel like sometimes nowadays it can be super quick, but that was a long process.
Yeah.
It was a lot of different auditions, different people in the room, producers, all of it. Yeah, they were trying to match up the kids, I guess.
Then, of course, Beverly Hills 90210,
Yes.
which kind of just took off, and it was a whole thing unto itself and kind of set a whole culture, if you will.
It was. It definitely was. I mean, it's super nostalgic. You know, both shows had, you know, it was. There were 90210 actually ran a little bit overlapped when I was doing Saved by the Bell, and then I went on season 5 when they added a new character.
When we watch those shows, I mean, everything like TV, everything looks very seamless, right? It's all it just kind of just happens just like that. And that's a lot of work. And I get kids all the time and parents all the time who say, "Oh, my daughter is very gifted," or "My son is so gifted," and "Do you know anyone?" The whole bit. But I think sometimes they don't understand the commitment it takes not only for that child but for the parents as well. So give us a little bit of that.
I mean, it's long hours. It's a lot of long hours. I mean, different shows take different. I mean, 90210 was what they call single camera show, and those days were 12 at least hour days. Those are long days, and a lot of us, like even on Saved by the Bell, we would work 8 hours, but I would still have to go to school for 3 hours a day. So I'm like, I'm working more than my parents are at this point. You know, it's like a lot of work.
You mentioned modeling, and you were also crowned Miss Junior America 1987. You did magazines. You're a Model of the Year 1989. Cover Girls. You know, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. The whole bit. But
do you know what's so funny? The older I get, the prouder I am of that. Because back then I was like, oh, let's just not talk about that. But like, you know,
can I tell you right now?
Talk about it when you get older.
I was homecoming queen, John Marshall High School. Yes, ma'am. I wore my crown proudly and did the queen wave.
Absolutely, the wave.
But that comes into the looks part, and sometimes people think that's all this is about is the looks. It's not. It's also trained in good work.
Oh, well, I mean, I have been in front of the camera since I was younger, so it's definitely something that takes a lot of time and commitment and practice, and you know, there's ups and downs. You know, like I didn't get every part. It's a lot of rejection too. So.
Yeah, but that rejection try to point you in the way that you need to go. Congratulations on the Emmy nomination.
Thank you so much. I know we were all kind of surprised. It was like a new show, and you know, it's one of those shows that actually has a lot of heart. I play the mother of 2 teenagers. I have very young children at home. It was literally very hard to understand why they thought that, but yeah, it's not a typical sitcom. It's about 2 girls, and one of the girls is actually undergoing cancer, as well as starting high school, and I play the mother.
So some good gritty stuff there.
There's some heart, a lot of heart.
All right, so when you win the Emmy, let's just call it out there right now.
No, we didn't actually. We didn't win.
You'll win next time. You'll win next time.
Big Bird actually won over us. So whatever.
The after party should always be at your house because you are a great cook, and so you decided to put all these recipes in your cookbook. So every cookbook has kind of its own personality, its own recipe, if you will. And for you, what went into deciding which recipes you would use and how the cookbook is structured?
Yeah, it was hard. It was a time commitment. It almost took me 3 years to make. I make a joke saying that it was like birthing another child with 4 hard corners.
That would be painful.
Kind of interesting, I know. But it was definitely
next time do a C-section. Next time do a C-section.
But it was definitely a labor of love, and I really thought about doing it because, kind of, in a very more selfless way. I wanted to leave something behind to my kids with the recipes, because I do love to cook, and we spend so much time. And I grew up doing family dinners with my parents. I feel like sometimes we're so busy, and phones and smartphones and PDAs, and we're just always in contact and electronically. And it's like,
this brings us back around the table.
It brings us around the table, and it's not just about the food. Of course, we want good food, but it's about connection and making memories.
Yeah,
so.
you mentioned smartphones, all that type of stuff. A lot of people will get their recipes, at the touch of the fingertips from their phone. But I remember when my mom had the index cards, or you'd walk down the street.
Too. My mom did too.
Like, can I borrow? And they would borrow the index card because they weren't even copying them off on copy machines,
right? Of course not.
Yeah, it's,
and it's all stained and of course,
Miss Baker never did return that cream pie recipe. But there's something about having a cookbook, an actual book.
Yeah.
And I love being able to turn the pages and look at it, and sometimes read little stories or little hints inside of there.
Well, there's definitely, I grew up in a family where all the women were always in the kitchen cooking, and I was that little girl who wanted to be in there with them, with my mom and my aunts and my grandmother. And
my easy bake oven was off to the side.
Well, I had one of those too, but then I was wanting to be in with the real girls,
Right.
So I learned at a very young age, and it just kind of developed into me kind of traveling in different countries and really learning about different cuisines, to now, providing meals for my family and my husband. Got to get a man, so like that kind of thing. So.
All right. So right here, speaking of from different, this reminds me of something like in Italy. You know?
Well, we do pizzas a lot in our house. It's one of those things that that the kids can really enjoy and get into. They call it decorating. Yeah. They love to decorate their pizza. It's really sweet. So I have a couple different recipes actually in the book, and this is one of my favorites. I mean, you put burrata on anything, and I'm there.
And it's good. Yeah. You put prosciutto on anything, and I'm there.
Prosciutto. We have a little spice to it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, and I love this because once you start with knowing how to do that pizza crust, right? You can literally clean out the refrigerator.
Yes,
whatever you have in the refrigerator.
Totally, that's what I do all the time. But you know what's so funny? A lot of people are like, how do you make pizza dough from scratch? It's so hard. It's time consuming. You know what? If you don't have time, so go to the Italian market and get some pizza dough. They usually will sell it to you, and then you can do it that way.
But I gotta tell you, my friends who say it's so hard they don't have time have never even tried it. So at least you gotta try it.
Yeah, I agree. And I actually make a huge batch, and I put a bunch of it in the freezer, so I can just bring it out in the morning.
Yeah. And of course, the other thing here that's so important is what you're using is real, true ingredients. When you make it yourself, you know what's going into it.
That's very true.
All right.
But it's about the memories of putting it together too.
Decorating the pizza.
Decorating, exactly.
All right, moving on down.
And then we have our whiskey glazed nuts. This is a good little party. We love doing game night a lot at our house as well.
Oh, wow.
It's got a little alcohol in there for it. A little kick, a little spice. There's a little hot sauce in there. There's rosemary, a little brown sugar. Super easy to make. And this is also a great gift for the holidays.
Yeah.
Put it in a bag and be like, hey, happy holidays.
Big pretty bow,
not
there
a typical,
you go.
like you don't always have to do cookies. You can do something a little different.
Right, and people actually will eat that.
Oh yeah, I eat bagfuls.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't eat bagfuls, but it's one of the favorite things on my set.
Don't give me that off-brand lotion set again, okay? Just give me this right here.
Right.
Not the dollar store lotion set. Just give me some nuts like that. That I'll actually eat and enjoy. All right, and then of course when it comes to something to drink.
Yes, well, I always say a better cook is when they've got a drink in their hand.
Absolutely.
So I love having cocktails and stuff. This is my blood orange rosé sangria. It has rosé in there, of course, which is the main ingredient. I love citrus. I come from California, so citrus is huge for us, and we have it a lot.
Well, I love citrus and rosé. Oh, lucky day. Lucky day right here. Let me have to taste that.
Of course you do.
Okay.
So stir it up a little bit. You might want to stir it up.
Oh, this is not just TV punch. This is like the real deal right here.
Cheers, my dear.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, so we have blood oranges, limes, lemons. It's got a little orange liqueur in there, orange juice, rosé. It's a good one. Another one super easy to make.
Yeah. When an entire table is set, sometimes it's intimidating to people who don't cook, right? So you are a big planner. If you just take it one step at a time, things will all come together. You don't have to do it all at once. So as a planner, what's the best advice you have for us as we will start to go into the holidays? Because Hobby Lobby has already told us we're going into the holidays because I've seen all the Christmas stuff at the store.
Once Halloween hits the stores, then it's like Happy New Year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I am a planner, and my grandmother taught me at a very young age that if you can't plan and enjoy your own party and get everything done beforehand, then what's the point? Because no one else is going to have fun if you're not having fun.
Absolutely.
So I put a great little party checklist in my book where it breaks down how I kind of think depending on what the size of the party is. And it just kind of helps keep things organized. I am a little type A, as my husband would say. But I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Obviously, you got both sides of your brain working because you're also very creative. Okay, so we were so excited when we heard you were coming in.
Yes.
And then there was someone on our staff that was actually even extra excited.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we do have security here today, so don't. But she loves you. In fact, when she found out you were coming on the show, this is what happened.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Y'all staging some kind of intervention or something?
Well-
Y'all are all being very sneaky.
I guess you could call it an intervention.
What?
Why are you so, what is that look? I've never seen a look
I'm
on your
so
face.
nervous right now.
Did you know that she
Yeah?
is coming on Great Day?
Shut up. No. Are you freaking serious? When? Somehow. Some way.
We'll make you a
That
part
is
of
Tiffani
it.
Thiessen, right?
What is she? It
Kelly
better be. Okay,
Kelly
wait.
Kapowski, yeah.
Wait, yeah, she's Kelly. Her name's Kelly. Why is she
Her name's
coming
not
over? What
Kelly.
is she doing?
She has a new cookbook.
Oh my gosh, she's about to meet her new best friend. She doesn't even know it.
And here's our new best
Gosh, you're so sweet.
So it's totally normal that I just like travel around.
You do?
With like the whole cast in
Oh
my
my
bag.
gosh, you are so
weird.
funny.
Yeah,
You're
thank
so
you.
cute.
It's so nice to meet you.
The whole staff
This morning you walked in, they're like, Christina, we have never seen you so quiet. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. I
I
don't
was
know what to
eyeing
do.
your jumper. I was like, that jumper.
Anyway,
you're
it
so
was so
sweet.
thank you for being here.
I'm like,
Here,
oh,
I got a picture.
Okay, security?
Okay.
No, that's cool. You know, it's so funny because we see
sweet.
people all the time, and you're at a distance for us. You're on a TV, and what happens when you play a role, you don't take that, lightly, is that you really do impact a generation of people, and she actually really impacted.
I had shows like that too, and people, it's nostalgic, and I totally understand.
I mean, I wanted to literally be you, okay, security, whatever. For like a decade, I mean, more than a decade. Shoot, 2 decades.
Oh,
And still
you're so
now to
sweet.
this day, I
You're
look
so
up to
sweet.
you.
So,
And
like,
just,
You have done for
everything.
Christina what Jesus has done for me. And this is just, it's amazing.
Wow, I think that's the first time I've ever been compared to Jesus. Wow. My mother-in-law would be so
Yes,
so
there you go.
proud.
She needs to get you a good Christmas gift. All right. Hey, Tiffany's book, Pull Up a Chair, is available in bookstores and online. We also have a link on our site, greatdayhouston.com. Thank you so much for
you're
coming
so
in.
sweet. Thank you
And
so much.
You can check that one off your
You want
bucket
a
list,
drink? You wanna
Christina.
try?
All right.
Yeah.